Well, joining us now is Jon Niven and Chris Faddis, who will tell us about Lenten activities taking place in the Archdiocese of Boston for teens and young adults. And guys, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
John, you're a regular. We're going to just have to get a third chair, get rid of the couch, move the couch over a little bit.
I'll just start sliding some music. I'll just start, serenading you guys.
There you go. Well, we'd like
this
it.
was the Jon Niven show that I was going on.
That's what John told you.
That's what he said.
That rumor goes around.
And
we've got to sometimes. It is the Jon Niven show.
Comes out now.
John, tell us about the Authentic Faith series. We're really excited about that.
Oh my gosh, last month we had a great speaker from Steubenville, Ohio, Chris Paget, who really just started us out on this great series. And authenticity can mean so many different things to so many people. But what's really struck me over the last couple months in reflecting in this is how I can be authentic in my life. Am I following Christ because it looks good to other people? Because I can have the Jon Niven show here on Catholic TV. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Or am I living out Christ's call simply because He's calling me? Like, where's my authenticity in that? Am I going to be a Christ follower for Christ, or am I going to be a Pharisee that's following Jesus with my words and just doing everything for show, and really living sort of that authentic faith, that true faith to what Jesus calls us?
Chris, tonight I know you're going to share a very heartbreaking experience, but a very faith-filled story. Now, I don't want to spoil it.
Sure.
To get this going, but can you give us a little preview, maybe just to wet our whistle?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it starts on Easter Sunday 2 years ago, April 24th. My wife was having some bowel problems, but for 9 days nothing was working. Went to the hospital. Yeah. Thought it was going to be a simple in and out, and then they did a CAT scan and found massive tumors in her body. So she was 31, colon tumor, complete blockage. Her liver's completely covered, And for me, that moment when the doctors told us was like every bit of our life shattered. I just felt like I was watching everything fall to the ground. And I'm the guy with words. I'm the one who comforts my wife. I'm the one who says the right thing at the right time. Couldn't say anything. And she looked at me and said, "Jesus still rose, so we will trust." And so the story is how we lived that faith, and how she lived that faith. And in the end, she died on September 21st of this last year. I held her hand. She kissed my daughter, or my daughter kissed her, and she breathed her last. And but it was an incredible, incredible witness. In the end, thousands of people were following her story online, were praying for us. And what started to happen is people were praying for a miracle, and just heartily praying, I believe it, I know it's going to happen. And then what happened a few weeks before she died is I started getting emails saying, "I don't know if you're going to get the miracle for Angela, but this is the miracle I've experienced through praying for her." Mm-hmm. So people coming back to the church, hundreds of people that hadn't been to church in years who had come back, that they were praying for a family member. And they started to see this faith of Angela, and they went, "Wait a minute, what am I doing? Why am I?" So the miracles that came were of when we join together in prayer, when you offer your suffering, and God will make good in that. And in the end, He made it perfect. So it was obviously tough. I don't wish it would have happened, but the way God has worked in it and continues to work, I'm excited to share that tonight.
We'll certainly keep Angela in our prayers.
Thank you.
How old's your daughter?
My daughter, I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son, Gianna and Augustine.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. You talked about social media. Tell us a little bit more about that, because that was huge. It seems like it almost exploded.
Yeah, the day that she was diagnosed, I wrote a letter on Facebook to tell our friends and family. And then a couple days later, another friend set up a Facebook page. And it grew quickly. And over time, it just kind of continued to grow as people learned the story and would pray for us and offer prayers and financial support, everything. And then in the end, it was that last few months as she got closer to death and as the real beauty of her faith really started to shine. It was, overnight, went from 2,000 people following her to 7,000 within a week. Mm-hmm. And so what happened there was not only that it provided a great deal of support for our family, spiritually, financially, all of that, but that it just, this network of people that were praying all over the world. We got letters from Australia, from Africa, people from all different parts of the country. And it's just this wildfire of this message. So the witness that went from that is that people were watching their friends post and comment and those things, and they started to go, "What is this? What's going on here?" And that's where people started going, I'm going to start going to Mass. So that's when the first message I got was from a good friend who said, so my sister just texted me, and she's coming to Mass with me today, and she hasn't been in 10 years.
That's wonderful.
And she said it's just, she watched this faith. And so I don't know where all those people are. I've heard from some of them. I have family recently who they went on a marriage encounter together, and they're renewing their marriage through this. So all through social media. You know, I didn't know these people, but we offered it back to God that way, and he used it.
That's the power of social media for sure.
It's beautiful.
And a powerful story too, a powerful experience that is going to be shared tonight. But Jon, can you tell us more about tonight? Because I know that Jesus will be central.
Yes.
The music is going to be incredible.
He's coming?
Can you? Oh, absolutely.
Really?
He'll make
Oh,
an
wow.
appearance.
Cool. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Can you give us some detail?
I was nervous to talk to you today. I get to see Jesus now.
Absolutely.
This is good.
Yeah, for those people who have been to Lift, obviously they know we what we do and what we're about. For those people who haven't been to Lift, we start off with just some praise and worship, and we really, over the last few months, we've really been focusing on worship and really what it means to give our entire selves to God, not just to show up to an event, but to really give your life over and surrender. Those things. We all walk in with wounds and brokenness and different things like on our plate, and we've been really trying to help people to just let go of that and give it to God. Literally put it at the foot of the cross, especially during this Lenten season.
Right.
And then we'll hear from Chris and this beautiful story, and then Jesus will come, and we'll just have a beautiful time of Eucharistic adoration, some silence, some music, some sort of guided prayer, just some time to sit and be still, and just to get to know God and get to see Him and look upon Him. And then we'll end with a little more praise and worship, and that's it.
So for people who, obviously this is shown everywhere, so this is in different parts of the country and in Canada. But for people who are in the New England area, because New England, they can make it there. Tuesday night, give me the details.
For tonight, it's tonight.
Yeah.
It's at Fontbonne Academy, which is in Milton. It's on Brook Road in Milton. It starts at 7 o'clock. And we usually go, it starts at 7-ish, and we usually go till about 9-ish. And you can find directions on the website, which is liftedhigher.com, or on Facebook. You can follow us. On Twitter, you can follow us. And all the details about our speakers, the different dates, and all sorts of stuff is on those sites.
Well, I went to Severian, so I know where Fontbonne is, as a Severian guy.
I'd like to know a fellow Severian grad.
Did you go to Severian?
I did.
Oh, here we
you
go.
graduate?
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, you graduated in
I
99?
graduated in 99.
Yeah, I graduated a little before that, in 81.
Yeah. When were you born? Let's see.
You know what? I don't know. You know what? I don't think 81 I graduated.
I was born in 81.
Well, good. You'll never get a show here, I'll tell you that right now. Thanks. Guys, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having
and
us.
we'll
Really
certainly
appreciate it.
remember you whole
Thank
Yeah,
you
your
very
whole
much.
family's in our prayers.
Thank you.
Absolutely.